Steve Dillinger,
Here.
Damon Powers,
Here.
Kurt Schlater,
Here.
Jeffrey Gaither,
Here.
Matthew Whetstone will not be attending, Toby McClamrock,
Here.
Kathy Davis,
Here.
Brett Voorhees,
Happy to be here.
Ryan Goodwin,
Here.
okay, and he is attending virtually. Tamika Catchings, not here yet, and Brian Toohey.
Here.
Okay, we do have a quorum. First on the agenda is approval of the minutes of the May 20th, 2022 meeting. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll take a roll call.
All right, Barbara Glass,
Aye.
Steve Dillinger,
Aye.
Damon Powers,
Aye.
Kurt Schlater,
Aye.
Jeffrey Gaither,
Aye.
Toby McClamrock,
Aye.
Kathy Davis,
Aye.
Brett Voorhees,
Aye.
Ryan Goodwin,
Aye.
Yeah, did that not come through?
No.
Aye.
and Brian Toohey.
I don't know. Thank you. Aye.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, thank you. That motion carries. Ordinance resolutions and public hearings. We have introduction of the 2023 budget ordinance.
Yes, good morning. So general ordinance number 2022 concerns the Indianapolis Airport Authority's 2023 budget and is more particularly described in the board memo. As you remember, this is a 3-meeting process. This is just the introduction. No action will be taken today. In the July meeting, we'll review and do a presentation. In this meeting, and then in August, be a request for approval. Thank you.
Robert. Next, we have consider for approval and adoption of resolution number 05-2022. Marcia Stone.
Yes, good morning. The purpose of this first addendum is to provide for an additional hangar into the AAR leasehold for a short-term period of 45 days. So AAR has performed, as a reminder, aircraft maintenance, repair and overhaul services since June of 2004. We entered into a new lease with them in December of 2020, which took their total number of hangars from 10 down to 5. They have a specific piece of work for repair of one of the P-8 aircraft and just need a 45-day short-term lease of an additional hangar beyond those 5. Reminder, the current leasehold expires February 28th of 2025. A short-term rental rate for this temporary use of Hangar 2B is being charged at $12 per square foot for this 45-day rental, totaling $74,147.18.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, we'll take a roll call vote.
This is second. Read a couple.
Okay.
All right. For BP 2022-0602, Resolution 0522, Barbara Glass,
Aye.
Steve Dillinger,
Aye.
Damon Powers,
Aye.
Kurt Schlater,
Aye.
Jeffrey Gaither,
Aye.
Toby McClamrock,
Aye.
Kathy Davis,
Aye.
Brett Voorhees,
Aye.
Ryan Goodwin.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Motion carries. For my report, first off, I think you'll join me in congratulating our board member, Damon Powers III. Sons Construction, and he was recognized as the Diversity and Leadership Award winner at the Mayor's Celebration of Diversity Awards. And congratulations, Damon. Appreciate all your hard work. Next, I just would like to note for the board that later today, the airport staff is going to be issuing an RFQ to allow the IA to select a firm to provide architectural and engineering services to develop a design plan for the details of the hotel project and its appropriate options. The firm will develop estimates of costs and revenues for this hotel. The goal is to present a contract to the board at the August meeting, a go into September, we'll see. But I just want you to know that that RFQ is coming out. It will come to the board, and then we will make the decision if we want to issue that or not. All right, and next we will move on to the official actions. BP 2022-06-03, Marcia Stone.
Yes, consider for approval a real estate agreement with Steele Family Properties for the IAA purchase of land and improvements located at 4191 West County Road 500 North in Hancock County to protect IAA's long-term strategy, future runway alignment, and aviation development opportunities for a total purchase of amount of $2,994,278.40, and authorizing the IAA staff to complete this transaction. So this site is shown in sort of in the blue hatched areas. There's two different parcels, all part of the Steele family property. This map represents a proposed configuration as we are looking at an update to the Indianapolis Regional Airport Master Plan. And these sites would be important in the side slope. The light blue area would represent the side slope area, and we would need these parcels to be able to move forward with this proposed runway configuration and runway alignment, aviation related development opportunities, and to ensure that we can protect the future of this airport for growth for aviation matters. In parallel to the update to the master plan, we have been monitoring land sales in this area. For those of you who have watched the growth and development happening out in Hancock County, maybe we switch to the next slide now, and you'll be able to see all of this yellow represents all of the activity in terms of sales and transfer of title of land since 2011. The circled areas in red represent just those parcels where there has been activity and transfer of title since 2019. This is a very booming area, and we want to ensure that we can protect the future of this airport for continued growth. So the appraisal of this Steele property was ordered in December of 2021 and came in at just almost $55,000 per acre. Staff was able to negotiate a price of $51,984 per acre, representing the just under $3 million purchase price that is put before you for the 57.6 acres.
Okay, do I have a motion?
So moved. Thank you.
Any discussion or questions regarding this? Then we'll take a roll call.
All right, for BP 2022-06-03, Barbara Glass.
Aye.
Steve Dillinger.
Aye.
Newman Powers.
Aye.
Kurt Schlater.
Aye.
Jeffrey Gaither.
Aye.
Toby McCamrock.
Aye.
Kathy Davis.
Aye.
Brett Voorhees.
Aye.
Brian Goodwin.
Aye.
Mika.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. BP 2022-06-04, Keith Berlin.
Morning, Madam President, members of the board. We ask for you today to consider for approval the award of contract to Otis Elevator Company for the operation and maintenance of the IAA's conveyance systems at the Indianapolis International Airport with an amount not to exceed $5,645,589.50 for 3 years of service. Again, just to summarize, this is for our elevators, escalators, and moving walks. This is really a customer service initiative that we're trying to push forward. We want to make sure that our levels of customer service to our passengers don't drop. But we also want to maximize utilization of these assets. The current contract only provides for on-site coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Nothing on the evenings and nothing overnight, nothing on the weekends. The new contract would provide 24/7 coverage. So we would have somebody always on site at the airport, people to respond to any problems that we have. And we wanted the overnight coverage because these systems take a lot of maintenance, a lot of moving parts to keep them moving. So when we do that maintenance, we want to do it at night. That minimizes the downtime during the day that our passengers experience. So we sent out an RFP. We had 5 respondents. We interviewed some folks, looked at all the proposals. We found Otis to be the lowest responsive and responsible bidder. That's our recommendation.
Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion or questions?
I just want to say I think this is awesome, and this will help us continue to have world-class customer service, so thank you.
Absolutely.
I think it's agreed this is needed. Great. Okay, I will take a roll call.
All right, for BP 2022-0604, Barbara Glass.
Aye.
Steve Dillinger.
Aye.
Neiman Powers.
Aye.
Kurt Schlater.
Aye.
Jeffrey Gaither.
Aye.
Toby McClamorough.
Aye.
Kathy Davis.
Aye.
Brett Voorhees.
Aye.
Ryan Goodwin.
Aye.
There you go.
And Tamika Catchings.
Aye.
All right. We have an unanimous approval.
Motion carries. Next, BP 2022-06-05, Jared Klaus. It's great to have you back.
It is wonderful to be with all of you today. Thank you. Consider for approval an award of contract for parking garage expansion at the Indianapolis International Airport to Messer Construction in an amount not to exceed $67,065,823, otherwise known as the guaranteed maximum price, plus an owner's contingency of $4 million, for a total of $71,065,823. Supplier diversity goals are a cumulative 28% comprised of MBE 15%, WBE 10%, and BBE 3%. So we're really excited to bring this project back. Some of you may remember that we were about 2 weeks from bringing a contract to you in 2019 or in 2020 when things started to take a turn with COVID, and we put this project on hold. So we're very excited to bring it back. The rental cars are excited to see more space become available in the garage. A couple things about this project. It's a little different than most of the projects we bring before you, in that this is an alternate delivery method. Industry will call it CM, Construction Manager at Risk. For the Indiana code, it's CMC, Construction Manager is Constructor, but essentially it's the same. In this case, Messer is giving us a price to build this garage addition. Bids are now on the street. We have broken this up with the help of Messer and the designer CSO. We have 35 different bid categories. So there should be projects in this of the size and scope for lots of folks to propose on. Messer has done a great job at being out in front of this project to get local and diverse participation in the community. So bids will be opening in the coming weeks, and we are very excited to see results of those. Another important aspect of this, while we will be debt funding the garage, the revenue for the service on that debt will be the rental car customer facility charges, FC. I don't know if was there anything additional. Okay.
That's exactly right.
So with that, we're very excited about this project and ask for.
Thank you. I do have a question. Will the CFCs cover the that payment?
So the plan of finance will be arranged to ensure that we have enough margin, that volatility, as we've seen happens with aviation, that we're not exposing ourselves to an unfunded debt service payment. So that's exactly what I was working on yesterday, to rerun it with current interest rate numbers and ensure that there's enough of that margin. So that margin I'm planning for is like 25%.
We have a motion.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion or questions?
I do. Robert, why don't you explain, I mean, this has been in the budget now for 3 or 4 years, correct? Just to get it $67 million, it's a little more than those contracts we approved. Just educate us about how this fits in the budget.
So we have currently on the balance sheet collected banked CFCs of 24 million. So that will be what we use at the start of construction. That's why there isn't, next month I'll actually bring a bond ordinance and introduce it, and then we'll look at it for approval in August. But that's why that hasn't come already forward. Wanted to get this done. We have that balance sheet to start the construction, and then we would issue that debt. The The way that I am sizing this, it's really a question of how long the debt service will be out. And so at this point, it looks like it's a 15-year amortization. And the thing that is really unique about this, and we'll credit Marcia and her team through the RFP process, is that we're building 3 floors for the expansion square foot wise of the rental car agencies. The other 2 floors are being built and constructed, and they'll have public parking expansion opportunities. And that is a very strategic use of the CFCs. And the car rentals, raised a little bit of an objection, but we're not going to build only 3 floors of something. Can't come back and build the other 2. So the discussion was that Marcia and team brought forward, just consider the cost of those 3 floors to be the cost of the whole project. And so, but that is where the strategy, that's the underlying thing that's hard to see, how beneficial this is. Does that help?
How do our facility charges compare with other airports with this?
So
I would say they're probably toward the higher end, but there's higher and there's lower. So I would say we were in that 75% range.
And then ultimately, when we went through this process, it was the car rentals that came back to the authority and said, would you increase CFC in order to fund this expansion for the needed space? So it wasn't the authority going forward and saying, it was them coming back to us in the process.
Any further questions or discussion? Hearing none, we'll take a roll call.
Who is second?
Kathy?
I think it was Kathy.
Who was second? Okay. All right, but for BP 2022-0605, Barbara Glass,
Aye.
Steve Dillinger,
Aye.
Newman Powers,
Aye.
Kurt Schleider,
Aye.
Jeffrey Gaither,
Aye.
Toby McClamrock,
Aye.
Kathy Davis,
Aye.
Brett Voorhees,
Aye.
Ryan Goodwin,
Aye.
Mika Catchings.
Motion carries. Thank you. Next on the agenda is BP 2022-06-06. This number seems pretty small compared to the last. Jared?
Thank you. Consider for approval amendment number 3 with Kafari Associates for cargo building expansion at the Indianapolis International Airport, an amount not to exceed $71,280.85. Supplier diversity participation is WBE 29.72% with the Etiquette Group. So again, we're very pleased to bring this project forward again. It was another one that we put on hold temporarily as we went through COVID. We are currently out of space in the belly cargo building, which is where cargo that goes on the belly of the passenger carrier aircraft is processed. And this will add about 50% capacity so that we can once again have space to lease.
We have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All right, now we'll take a roll call.
All right, for BP 2022-0606, Barbara Glass,
Aye.
Steve Dillinger,
Aye.
Newman Powers,
Aye.
Kurt Schleider,
Aye.
Jeffrey Gaither,
Aye.
Toby McClamrock,
Aye.
Kathy Davis,
Aye.
Brett Voorhees,
Aye.
Ryan Goodwin,
Aye.
Catchings.
Motion carries. BP 2022-06-07, Jerry.
Consider for approval amendment number 2 with the Etiquette Group for consolidated snow removal equipment and material storage facility phase 2 design at the Indianapolis International Airport in an amount not to exceed $539,700. Supplier diversity participation is DBE 51.64% with the Etiquette Group, WBE 52.19% with Etiquette Group and Reprographics. As many of you will likely recall, last year finished the snow removal equipment and storage facility, which is the new building that stores the MV fleet for the snow removal equipment. Provides Keith's team a state-of-the-art facility to be able to easily work on that fleet and keep it going, which enhances the safety on the airfield. We had always planned the overall complex for that facility to have new acetate storage tanks for our chemical for the pavement in the wintertime, new fuel island. So there are several components with that. The building itself took about 3 years because we had a bit of an on-again, off-again opportunity to receive grant funding for that building. In the end, we did have quite a bit of grant funding, but we ended up breaking that overall complex up into several pieces. So this will be the design for the second of 2 phases to design those ancillary components for the complex build.
I have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll take a roll call vote.
BP 2022-0607, Barbara Glass.
Aye.
Steve Dillinger.
Aye.
Newman Powers.
Aye.
Kurt Schlater.
Aye.
Jeffrey Gaither.
Aye.
Toby McClamrock.
Aye.
Kathy Davis.
Aye.
Brett Voorhees.
Aye.
Brian Goodwin.
Aye.
Vic Catchings. Aye. 7 yeas.
Thank you. Next are the staff reports and our Executive Director, Mario Rodriguez.
President, members of the board, good morning. I'd like to start off by recognizing our first quarter core value winners. These are folks that actually win the awards, that are boots on the ground, and they do a magnificent job because we continue to win awards all the time. They really put their heart and soul in it. And I've listed all the names. There are 3 of our core value winners that are here, and I've asked them to stand up. For the core value of respect, Michael Hammond with fire. Core value of excellence, Alicia Davidson with terminal services. And the core value of customer service excellence, Hafed Kamir in parking. Second on the list is, and it's unusual, any HR group gets an award. So we put this out. Our HR won. Our HR won the Excellence Award, the Airport Council's International Excellence Award for managing change, which in today's transformative period that we're living through is a testament to their collaboration and how they work with the entire staff. And they really are part of the organization, an integral part of the organization. And I'll ask Rachel and Vicky to stand up and, join me in. And last of the individual awards is Katie Withers. Katie, where are you? Katie won the Rose Award, the excellence for customer service and excellence for hospitality. Thank you, Katie. At this point, we have one more award, which is the ACEC, Indiana Engineering Excellence Award for the runway 5 left, 23 right. But I'm going to turn it over to Tony McMichael, who's going to give you a little bit of an overview of what's happening on 5 right, 23 left. It's a monumental project. You don't see it because it's behind the security fence, but this will give you an idea of the scope and size of this project, which is kind of hidden from public view for many valid reasons, by the way.
Thank you, Mario. Good morning, Madam President and members of the board. Please turn your attention to the presentation. The runway 5 right, 23 left, and taxiway delta strengthening and capacity enhancement program. It is on.
There we go.
There you go. There we go. Consists of 3 years of construction broken into 3 phases. The first construction package is underway with a construction value of $69 million. The 2022 work is anticipated to be completed by the end of October, with construction in 2023 and 2024 anticipated between April and October of each year. To put the program into perspective, enough concrete is being placed to pave 2 highway lanes from here to Terre Haute. Or, said another way, it is enough concrete to place the smallest of the pyramids of Giza, Menkaure. So let me give you a quick demonstration of what we're actually doing out here. If you want to turn back towards me. So we are taking the existing pavement back down to dirt. So this represents the dirt. And then we are stabilizing the top 8 inches of that dirt to be able to provide a platform to build the rest of the pavement section. Then we are using recycled material from the site, which I'll discuss further in the next slide, of 6 inches next. And we're placing 5 inches of asphalt on top of that. And finally, we're placing 22 inches of concrete for an overall pavement section of over 40 inches. And in addition, the concrete is being tied together with dowel bars that not only provide a cohesive section, but also provide load transfer. And now we can go back to the presentation. So the entire pavement section acts as one cohesive unit and is necessary to support aircraft utilizing IND. So innovative construction methods implemented include reusing the removed concrete, which is being crushed and incorporated into the pavement section. The new concrete will capture surrounding carbon, becoming the first airport in the United States to deploy this technology. We are using LED lighting and numerous other sustainable measures. Exceptional communication, coordination, and collaboration is at the foundation of IAA's project development, and more than 35 project partners have contributed to this program to date. Economic impact is at the core of this program and estimated at $190 million. To date, the program has leveraged over $87 million Federal Aviation Administration Airport Improvement Program grants and over $14 million in diverse participation, with more anticipated for 2023 and 2024 packages. It is estimated the overall program will provide 2,700 jobs, contributing to IND's current annual economic impact of $5.4 billion. This program provides a world-class development and delivers public value for the community. Thank you. I'm happy to answer any questions, or I'll be around afterwards if anybody would like to learn more about the program.
Thank you, Tony. Now, I'd like to turn it over to Megan Carrico. Megan?
So another impactful project that has happened at the airport. I wanted to share a short clip to introduce that, but back in May, we took the first international shipment of formula that is helping address this shortage. So if you'll turn your attention to the screen, please.
Well, thank you for taking the lead. This is a major issue, obviously, for American families. I know that the highest concentration of manufacturing jobs is in the state of Indiana. 25% of the state's economic output based in this industry. Governor, talk to us about
34. Yeah, and we'll stop at 127.
Yeah, and joining me right now to talk about the impact on Indiana is the governor of Indiana, Eric Holcomb. He is live on the ground in Davos this week. Governor, it's good to see you. Thanks very much for being here this morning. I want to get your take on all that you're seeing in Davos. But first, let's start with the baby formula issue. What has been the impact on Indiana?
Well, we're proud to be a part of helping neighbors in need. Obviously, this first flight is about 15%, makes up about 15% of the real need. So while some of it will get to Hoosier families, we're proud of that. This just accents how key the Indianapolis International Airport is to our nation's grid, quite frankly. This is an airport that's been rated #1 the last 10 years in North America in terms of international airports. So we can't get this formula out to families fast enough, and happy to take the lead.
Well, thank you for taking.
We were very proud to hear those words from our governor, and even more proud to be a part of really what this means for our community. So with less than 72 hours notice, the IAA operations, public safety, and other teams responded to the call. We knew the formula was coming next week, but we didn't know that would be Sunday of that week. So we worked quickly and effectively with the military and representatives from the federal government to welcome this first international shipment. So it occurred on May 22nd. The military aircraft carrying enough specialty infant formula for more than 500,000 baby bottles arrived at IND. This is one of the first of several flights expected from Europe landing around the nation as part of the Biden administration's Operation Fly Formula. So it was a C-17 loaded with the hypoallergenic formula. So we had community members, doctors, leaders there really welcoming this sweet little baby in the corner too. And the USDA Secretary, Tom Vilsack, was there. And it was more than 70,000 pounds of formula were offloaded from that aircraft onto FedEx trucks. So great to see, our partner there and taken to a distribution facility in Plainfield. So when we think about, our airfield and these impactful projects that are happening, not only is that commercial aircraft and our friends over at FedEx with cargo aircraft doing opportunities like this, but we're impacting the community. Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you, Megan. Definitely not least is Bill Stinson. Bill?
Thank you, Mario, members of the board. Before I begin, and I'll be brief, but I want to go back to Tony McMichael. And Tony was very nervous about this presentation he was going to do. So prepared, did a great job, but he remains very, very coy about where he got these gigantic legs. So, if you all may recall, Kevin Burke, the president and CEO of Airports Council International North America, appeared by a Zoom call at our April meeting to share the wonderful news that the Indianapolis International Airport had been awarded the ACI's Airport Service Quality Award, AKA Best Airport in North America, for an unprecedented 10th year in a row. Over the course of the next several months, we'll be sharing this news throughout Central Indiana and our industry with a marketing campaign entitled The Decade of Excellence. Components will extend throughout the marketplace through outreach, editorials, and limited ad placement. But a strong piece will also focus internally with special activities and recognition planned for the countless hardworking IAA employees who have made this award, as well as so many others, possible. We'll be hearing more on this topic in the near future. As my remarks conclude for now, we'd like to bestow to all of you 2 tokens of our appreciation as this campaign begins, the support that all of you have shown to the organization. One is a framed print, and one is a set of coasters that we'll give you as we adjourn. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Mario. Our next meeting is Friday, July 15, 2022 at 8 a.m. With that, the meeting is adjourned.
The meeting will start in 5 minutes.